crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
This is the Steamroller 2015 number 2 scenario called Two Fronts. There is kill box. You need 5 points to win. You get 1 for dominating your close zone, 1 for controlling the far zone, and 2 for dominating it. You can't do either of those though until you destroy the enemy objective, and if you do so, that's another control point. Alright guys, we got another War Machine Wednesday, and on this side here we have Cygnar with Haley2 being led by Chris, and on another side we have Legion of Everblight with a Vayl2 tier list being led by Mark. So a very interesting matchup here. Pre-errata, you would have said that Haley2 had a pretty good advantage, where her feat would kind of shut down the feat of Vayl, but now it's post-errata. So we'll kind of see what happens here. The Cygnar player won the initiative, wanted to pick sides, but they kind of realized it probably was a mistake because they thought that trench was safe, but it's actually in the kill box. So either way, given that, Legion is going now. The one Spell Martyr got pretty far ahead of the rest. It's probably just going to get shot by the Black 13th. I don't know if he was trying to actually draw shots for doing that. But either way, everything else is running up. The Legionnaires. The one difference that Mark likes in his Legionnaires is that he takes the UA. So sometimes people will take those points for something else, upgrading another heavy or something. But he likes having that extra UA here, although he did pop the mini feat this turn, which was probably preemptive. The spawning vessel already killing themselves to make a shredder that came over. Vayl going up, and she puts out admonition and refuge onto the angels. The Seraph going up, slipstreaming to move up an angel. And then one angel running up by the objective, and the other one up by the wall, being all nice and threatening. And that's really it for turn 1 for Legion. So now we're on to this Cygnar list, and this one here is called Haley's Heroes. It's one that Trevor Atteridge runs. I know some other friends that run this one, and it's kind of interesting. I've never done a build like this, but there's just lots of solos that are supposed to be doing a lot of work, while Haley2 just kind of keeps them safe, either with the feat or with deceleration or TKing them out of being in melee. They can actually shoot and do a lot of work. By the way, the Stormwall is bonded, so that's the one that'll be faster and can get 4 focus and stuff. He comes up here with Thorn, and Thorn is going to be time bombing that angel, and that's going to hit. So it's going to hit that guy and I believe the 2 Legionnaires behind. So that kind of takes a little bit of the threat away. He doesn't worry about the angel charging in this turn. The Squire got a little bit far up there. I was kind of wondering if the Squire was up there because she was going to charge up her feet or something, but Haley didn't. Otherwise, the Stormwall takes shots at the far angel and misses the first boost to hit. So that one really hurt. The second shot hit and did some damage, so that was okay. But otherwise, the solos are coming up, trying to just really get into position right now. I believe Epic Iris takes a shot at the Seraph, and I can't remember what happened there. I think she missed or something. Otherwise, you can see a lot of the models here at the bottom. At the top, there's really just a Tactical Arcanist Core that went up, and the Black 13th, which did shoot down the Spell Martyr. So now we are on to Legion turn 2, and it'll be interesting to see which way they go. Assassination could be maybe possible. It'd be kind of tough. You could also go for attrition. Maybe this is the turn they could put a lot of shots into the Stormwall. You'd be popping feet, trying with obliterations. Or do you just try and take off Thorn? Or also an interesting thing here too is just going for scenario. Because this building and the way that this is kind of deployed out is not really the best for the Cygnar player. The Stormwall could have a hard time getting over there, and if the Legion player kills the Black 13th in the Tactical Arcanist Core, that friendly zone could be one they can start scoring on. So either way, that seems to be the way he's going because the Legionnaires kind of shift over in that direction. Otherwise here, the Seraph is going to be getting to a nice little position here, just where it's going to be contesting. Slipstream over a Ravagore a little tiny bit. And then starts taking some shots, but doesn't really do any damage. An interesting thing here is he shoots at the Stormwall and then bounces over to Haley. I believe here that's where he does 1 damage to Haley, so a little bit something. But one move here that I really like is that the Angel, those time bombs, comes up here, shoots the Squire. So the Squire being gone this early is really good for the Legion player. And then he refuges up to be kind of tying up Thorn and then also being up there in the face of the Stormwall. And the reason why that's so huge is the Stormwall, who's speed 7 while bonded, and with temporal acceleration speed 9, he really loves to get up there, kill a heavy or two, then Haley pops feet so they can't really fight back, and he just kills another heavy, and then you're so far up in attrition you can't do anything. Well, now, this Angel is really keeping him back, stopping him from doing that, and stopping him from getting up to that zone. Meanwhile, he tried to shoot Ryan with a Ravagore from the Black 13th. It missed and killed Watts instead, so that's not so bad. Then an Angel is going to be charging up here and killing off a Tactical Arcanist Core. That's the one up there with Admonition, by the way. The one at the bottom here was clearly the one with Refuge. Otherwise, Vayl comes up here. She first wants to shoot the objective at the top, so as an arc node, but then he remembers that, oh yeah, you can't do that anymore in the 2015 Steamroller, so shoots the Ravagore instead, does no damage. Then he's able to put Tenacity on the Angel up there. He has Tenacity on the Angel on the bottom, and that's really it. A lot of his models are now in place. I can't really remember what the bottom Ravagore shot at. I think it missed or something silly, so yeah, I think that's the circle is like above the storm wall, so probably like missed the storm wall and scattered or something silly. So there you go. Now we're on to Signar turn 2, and he has to deal with this Angelius. So he has a loaded up storm wall with 4 focus, and it's not going to go so well. He's going to, I believe he misses one of his attacks, and he doesn't do great damage, and this Angelius is going to stay there. So not really what the storm wall wanted to see. Otherwise, he comes up here, and he's going to start trying to shoot at the Seraph, but it doesn't go well either. Epic Iris shoots first to try and strip off Tenacity, misses, which leads to Iana just barely missing for harm, and then everything else just doesn't do well. There's a little bit of damage being planked on the Seraph, but nothing really major. Otherwise, Haley2 comes up. She's going to pop feet. She's really going to catch pretty much everything except for the spawning vessel, the top shepherd, and also the Ravagore. Some of those would have been in range if the Squire is still alive, but the Squire's dead. So otherwise, there is that. I mean, one of the things we were talking about that could have been order of activations. Maybe the Angelius could have been TK'd around to show its back or something first. But now he's in this position. He's got to try and find a way to kill off this Angel and protect Haley. So Thorn moves over to block some line of sight. Takes a stab at the Angel. But again, even though it was able to hit, the Angel is still alive. Like 2 boxes or something. So really frustrating for the Signar player. Really wanted that beast dead. I'm sure in his mind he saw it would probably be possible to kill off the Angelius and the Seraph. But now, yeah, so much for that. And that could have actually started the scenario game for the Signar player. I believe that's why Haley was up there to start dominating. Otherwise, at the top there, he has a Tactical Arcanist Core. They start going, and they go after the Angel, doing some pretty good damage with their spells. Ryan shoots into the Legionnaires, kills a little block of them, and that's pretty much it. One thing we talked about is that the Angel probably could have admonitioned into Ryan to tie her up, but one of those things you don't normally think of, right? Just use admonition to get away from heavies and stuff like that. So now seeing that the top is looking fairly good, and remember he's also dealing with Haley's feet right now, the Legionnaires start shifting down more to block the Stormwall and other models and contest than anything else. The Seraph is going to aim and go after Iana. I actually kind of thought he was going to aim and go after, well, not aim, forfeit movement just for the feet. And I thought he was going to go after Epic Iris, but he goes after Iana. Kills her, fails to kill Holt. Holt fails command, but then remember, oh yeah, this is an effigy of valor, so it's good to go. Now, one of the things that's over there, oh, that's what the Ravagore shot last turn. There's Epic Alexia. So Epic Alexia already took a lot of damage from the Ravagore, and so there's going to be a decision here for that Angel. What does it want to thrust on? There's Thorn, there's the Stormwall, there's also the Alexia. I've probably gone with Alexia, but he's going to be going for the Stormwall here. Otherwise, he is going to be going with the Ravagore at the top and the Angels on the top. He's going to start killing off the rest of the Tactical Arcanist Corps up there. So now they'll both be dead. And the Angel will be refuging up into Ryan. No, actually, Ryan's killed as well. He's able to kill all those models. So anyway, right now he's just trying to figure out which way he's going to be going with this. The Shredder is moving up and putting the Tenacity up onto the Angel. Ravagore is going to try and shoot the objective and miss, and it's going to scatter off. So not really getting good luck there. I mean, clearly you can see Vayl went up to the zone up there so that she wants to go and try and dominate and stuff. This is actually her feet turn, and she's not getting a whole bunch out of it. She purified off the Arcane Shield, which is why the Angel went for the Storm Wall, but yeah, probably thought he was going to get more damage. But I mean, that's what happens in these situations. He did try hitting the objective with an obliteration, did a little bit of damage, but that one Ravagore shot missing was kind of sucky. Otherwise, the top Ravagore then shot the objective and was able to finish it off, so it all worked out in the end. Thorn's on fire, so he's going to dominate at the top, destroy, so he's at 2 points now, and now we are on to the Cygnar turn. Now, one thing we were talking about is how the Angel probably should have gone over to engage the last member of the Black 13 to make sure he couldn't come into a contest. But the reason why he left the Angel there is because with flight, he can basically get over this building and attack the storm wall. So it's kind of being more of an aggressive spot rather than defensive. Otherwise, we had a really funny thing here with Haley2, where she tries to kill off the Angel, hits, buys an attack, all these things, and where she had hoped to do that stuff and then get into the zone with a ride-by attack, she did nothing, tried to ride-by attack out of the way, and then died to a free strike. So Haley2 dies anyway, then Thorn is able to kill off the Angel and get out of the way, and now this was a crucial moment. Haley goes and TKs the Ravagore backwards and away, and what he was planning to do was charge all the way to it so that the Stormwall would be contesting the zone and kill the Ravagore. However, the angle because of the house just did not work, and it was a failed charge because he hits that Legionnaire first and does not make reach on the Ravagore. So that was a very painful thing for the Cygnar player to have happen. Otherwise, he does contest the zone with the Black 13th member, but still, that Stormwall really didn't do any work. It could be in a little trouble. Haley could be in a lot of trouble. Not much is contesting. And yeah, we are back to the Legion turn. So he has a little bit of going here with the Legionnaires. They make a little bit of attacks. He was really hoping a combined attack on the Black 13th member would kill it, but it didn't. The Angel also came back and couldn't kill that member, so that went Black 13th up there, causing a whole bunch of trouble. He's also hoping to score on the bottom here, so he's trying to kill off these models, but the Shredder comes over, misses Gaston. Gaston has dodged, so he just moves out of the way. The one Ravagore comes in here and charges at the Thorn. I kind of forgot about the set defense, but he does still hit and damage with both attacks, but nothing really major done there. He lost his Arc Node, but he still has all of his other systems, so Arc Node down's good, but he was really hoping to trash that thing. But hey, Thorn's a tough guy, and Ravagore is just, they're a little bit pillow-fisted. For heavies, anyway. So now he's trying to figure out how to kill that one Black 13th from the top, and the way he's going to do it is actually going to be a little bit funny. He is also worrying about Epic Iris, who is sneaking around and trying to get to Haley. But what the Ravagore is going to do is it's going to come over here, try and block the storm wall, but it's actually going to be shooting his own guys over here so that he can hit all these guys, kill off his own Legionnaires, but he's going to be also killing that Black 13th. So a little bit of killing your own guys, but he's going to be able to dominate his own zone again, go up to 3 points now, and again, he'd really love to try and find a way to score in the bottom zone, but these solos spread around here, plus Thorn, are really causing him some trouble. So the spawning vessel comes over, ties up Epic Iris, and that's really it. So now we are back to Cygnar turn. They're down on scenario, but they're still doing okay. So he puts 4 focus onto the storm wall. First he's thinking about putting on the pod, but then kind of changes his mind. He tramples over here to trample over a couple of these Legionnaires, takes some free strikes. Nothing really happens there. But what he wants to do is kill off this one Angel over here. So he does, tramples over, buys attack, kills the Angel, also buys an attack on the objective, does some damage there. Thorn does some stabbing over here, and I believe he kills off a Legionnaire. Gaston comes over here, and he's going to start shooting at these guys, killing off more of them. Actually, no, Gaston just stayed fully camped. Either way, Epic Iris kills one of the guys up there. Haley trying to move back the best she can to stay alive and in range of the storm wall, and now he's just trying to hold back with attrition, saying, hey, I know I'm down on it, but hey, if I have the storm wall over there now, he can destroy stuff, and he can just start being a bully. So this is really important now. For the Legion player, he needs to try and find a way to get some points, and if he can dominate this bottom zone, that'd be the huge thing. So the one Ravagore actually frenzies, and it kills Thorn, which was huge. But then the other Ravagore came over here, tried to shoot Holt, and missed, so that didn't help. The Legionnaires were able to get in here, and they were able to kill Gaston, but in the end, it didn't matter, because he wasn't able to fully kill and get in the zone. What he needed to do was refuge. Vayl had to come over, shoot arc into him, and kill off the last model, and then refuge into the zone, but he didn't refuge, so he clears up the zone here, gets another point. It's now 4-0, but he still hasn't beat this storm wall, and it's going to be kind of hard for him to get that last point, probably. So either way now, Signar is now trying to lock it down in their turn. They're going to be spacing in some solos here. So Haley getting into the fight now. You have Epic Iris on one corner. You have Reinhold into another corner. The storm wall comes over to start beating up just a random dude, and also the Ravagore. This is actually pretty good, because the Electro Leaps is what killed that one extra guy, and then the Electro Leap started going on to Vayl, and really, really doing a lot of damage. You know, those Warlocks, they gotta watch out for those. Also, you have the Junior, who's fully camped. He comes into the zone, and that's really it. So the question is here is, can he kill off these 3 solos in order to get to it? So he has Vayl that goes after Haley2. Nothing really happens there. He has a spawning vessel that comes over to attack Epic Iris, misses there. And the problem with some of these things is that the more he does it, the harder it gets, because now that he's engaged Epic Iris, it's going to be harder to kill her. So that's going to be pretty tough. He makes an interesting move here where the Ravagore tramples over Junior, gets pretty lucky with some big spikes and kills Junior, makes some attacks onto Haley, but at that point she's camping enough that it really doesn't do too much. Then over comes Vayl here. She needs to somehow kill both Reinhold and Epic Iris, so he's able to shoot Reinhold and then kill him, and now it's just trying to kill over here. He buys a shot, misses, kills his own guy, has to buy one more shot onto Epic Iris, and is able to kill her. So the game just ended with scenario. What are you guys' thoughts on the game?
Hang on, I have to stop wiping my ass.
Yeah, they really tight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I couldn't screw you all by messing up your scores. It was this close.
Don't worry, I screwed it up for you. It was a good game. We both made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we were both very lenient with it. Let each other have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's good. Good sportsmanship right there, you know?
I was surprised before you didn't go for some assassinations on Haley. Like, even if it doesn't happen that turn, she's on fire, and then later turn she's in danger. You just thought that the scenario was a better way to go in this one?
Yeah. Yeah, just to see if... I have to focus more on scenario anyway, like for tournaments and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. Yeah. I should have gone for the assassination, straight up. It would have been 1,000 times easier. I literally clinched this by the skin on my butt.
And see, I wanted you to go for the assassination. I was, in fact, begging in my mind, please try to assassinate me desperately. But honestly, the turning point of the game is where I charged my storm wall into a house.
Oh, it totally was.
Like, if that charge goes off on the Ravagore,
oh yeah, different story.
the game is over.
Yep.
Because I blow up the objective that turn. Mm-hmm. And the Ravagore's dead.
Oh, I guess, yeah, if you're been close enough, yeah. I was running that turn there too. You trampled over with the Ravagore instead of just walking around. Is that just because you wanted to try that one damage on
Yeah, I
Junior?
wanted to try to get him out of the equation entirely.
Yeah.
Instead of 2 double boosted on
you-
Haley's.
Mark's dice were absolutely terrible, and then on the last turn they were good.
Yeah.
Really, really, really good.
You need a hard 9. 10.
What? All right.
Well, and killing like the boosted
Trample.
trample,
Yeah.
and then cracking armor,
Yep.
and then yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for the game. And
I'm
for those
terrible.
watching,
I'm terrible at life. Okay, so just so the world knows.
Yeah.
Just so the world knows. If you drop Stormball pots into your own zone, you don't lose the game on scenario.
yeah, there's that.
Just throwing it out.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.